Today I'm covering everything that you need to get set up at home for some online indoor interactive cycling. Not that, this. Most of the videos I do here on the GP Llama YouTube channel go into a lot of technical detail, and I do appreciate they may be a little overwhelming if you're brand new to indoor cycling. Today, I take a step back and we look at the basics of one setup that I think provides a pretty good indoor experience. For an indoor cycling setup, there are a lot of solutions and options out there. There's no one size fits all, and that in itself is a blocker for a lot of people. What trainer do they buy? How do they hook it all up? Do they need this or that? Or how does it all work? It becomes all too hard. Well, today I'm going to run through a simple setup that'll get you up and riding with 3 core components. No longer do you need an Ant Plus stick or an extension cable or a gaming PC or a high-powered laptop. Nope, it's all much simpler than that. After watching the video, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them below. I'll do my best to read them and get back to you. And with that, let's get into it. First of all, starting off with an essential component for indoor cycling, a bike. Hopefully you already have one of these. Now what you'll need to know is the group set or the speed of the group set that you're running on your bike. It'll be either a 10 or 11 speed, possibly Shimano, or if you're into really new shiny things, it could be a 12 speed. You'll also need to know what rear axle the bike has, be it either a quick release rear axle, or if it's a disc brake bike, it'll typically be a through axle. Now with this setup that I'm going through today, you do not need a power meter, a speed sensor, or a cadence sensor, or even a bike computer on the bike. It's the Smart Trainer that has all those smarts. And speaking of, the Smart Trainer. The Smart Trainer is the most important decision you'll need to make in an indoor cycling setup, and probably one of the toughest too. There are a lot to choose from. The Smart Trainer provides the physical interaction between you there on your bike and the virtual software that you've chosen. It provides the resistance as you go up a virtual hill, and it will provide the virtual downhill with next to no resistance. Now, the Smart Trainer is a simulator. It's not necessarily a trainer. You do not need to get on and do a training session. You can just jump on and go for a ride. Look, in the last few years, we've seen a massive shift from just the hardcore racing cyclists using these indoor trainers for training, then going out to race, to a new group of people coming along buying Smart Trainers to simply go for a ride in these virtual simulated environments. Onto the trainer that I've chosen for this solution, I've gone with the Wahoo KICKR Core Direct Drive Smart Trainer for a few reasons. Number 1, it's quiet. Number 2, it has through axle and quick release support right out of the box, so it will be compatible with most bikes. It provides a nice ride feel for those hill simulations and a lot of resistance for erg mode if you are into those training workouts. The power numbers from it are good, and it will transmit everything that you need over Bluetooth. So speed, power, cadence, and resistance control. It's also considered to be in the mid-range price bracket for direct drive smart trainers. The KICKR Core does not come with a cassette, so you'll need to get one of those too and have it installed before you get up and riding indoors. Now, making sure you match the speeds with your bike, so 10, 11, or a 12. If you're going 12 speed SRAM access, you'll need an XDR driver. The people at the bike store will be able to help you out with that. Cassette gear ratios, well, it's entirely up to you what gear ratio you want to ride. If you want to keep things simple and compatible, use the exact ratio that you have on your outdoor wheel as your indoor direct drive smart trainer. We're 2/3 there with everything that you need to get up and riding. We have a bike, we have a Smart Trainer, now we need a system to run it on. And people are tending to go for the Apple TV 4K. Now the Apple TV 4K is the 5th generation Apple TV. It really packs a punch for the size and the price of the unit. It's capable of running 3D gaming environments such as Zwift, and it supports Bluetooth. So it will connect directly to that KICKR Core or Smart Trainer that you choose. No ant sticks, no dongles, no extension cables. It just turns on and works just how we want it. Do note, with the 5th gen Apple TV 4K, you do not need a 4K television. You'll still get all the benefits of the improved hardware of the Apple TV 4K, even on a 1080 screen. It's pretty much compatible with anything that will take a HDMI input. Also, the 32 gig version is more than enough for any indoor training software. So here's our 3 components that we need: the bike, the Smart Trainer, and the system to run everything on. Getting everything configured is pretty straightforward. So first up, once the trainer is configured for the cassette that you need and the axle type, either quick release or through axle, mount the bike on the trainer, plug the trainer in. That's job done there. 2/3 there. Next up, start up the Apple TV, install the software of choice. For example, I'm using Zwift here, and I've paired the KICKR Core to the power source, the controllable trainer, and the cadence sensor. I've also got a Bluetooth heart rate strap, which I'm wearing, and you can see there, I've paired that as well. That's an optional extra that you don't need, but it's also nice to have to see how hard you are working. And with that all configured, the fun starts now. It's time to explore and ride your bike inside. Now for bonus tips, get yourself a fan, get yourself a side table, and get yourself a towel and a few drink bottles while you're at it. Indoors gets really hot, you want some wind moving, you want some air moving over you to keep nice and cool, and you do want to hydrate. This is the exact setup that I used today for a 2-hour ride up Zwift's version of Alpe d'Huez. I had the bike, the Kickr Core, and the Apple TV 4K. Now the most difficult part of all of this setup is getting my head around the Apple TV remote. It's a little troublesome, but I think it's a learning curve that I'm still going through here. You can also use on Zwift the companion app to chat and navigate your way around the screen. Okay, wrapping this one up for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed that look at a basic setup that provides a pretty good experience indoors. It's not too complex at all. Very straightforward to set up. If you have anybody that you know are on the fence about, oh, do I get an indoor setup or not, send them this video and show them how easy it is. As always, remember to hit thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video and hit subscribe to support this channel. It's much appreciated. Thanks for watching.